In football, there are places where your leg cannot mark the game, but your mouth can mark the game there. When you are playing as a goalkeeper, as a player on the pitch, there are several ways to play this game. The man without the ball on the pitch of play is more dangerous than the man with the ball.
Welcome back to EVO SPORTS. There were lots of interesting games played by the weekend, and we are going to learn most of our emphasis in the Gallants Black Label Cup in South Africa. There are two gentlemen sitting down with me here. On my right is Albert Israel, and on my left is Chima Samuel. The matches played was Richard Bay 0, Orlando Pirates 1, Golden Arrows 2, Moromo Gallants 2. They played at a 2-2 draw. But we're going to start with Richard Bay 0, Orlando Pirates 1. Okay, Chima. Richard Bay 0, Orlando Pirates 1. I felt Richard Bay gave them a run for their money. So what's your take about it?
Yeah, Richard Bay gave them a run for their money because if you check the statistic of the game, we have about 41% ball possession for Richard Bay and then 59 for Orlando Pirates. Then we have about 4 shots. Then Orlando 16
shots.
Then we have shots on target, Orlando Pirates 8. Then we have Richard Bay 1. We have corner kicks 5 for Pirates and then 1 for Richard Bay. So, but shot inside the box, we have Orlando Pirates 9 and then we have 2 for Richard Bay. So, but when you check this statistic, it does not really reflect the game while watching.
Yes.
Because when watching the game, it was a very keen, contested game. Now, 2 things motivated these guys while in this game, because the 2 things that motivated them was that the winner of this tournament automatically qualifies for CAF Confederation Cup.
Okay.
Which Orlando Pirates are out of CAF tournament, and it's not a very good one for them as a team. And then having that Sundowns is already in the Champions League, and Pirates was knocked out by Saint Eloi of Congo to penalty shootout, so they didn't have that opportunity. Lupopo now of Congo. So they didn't have the chance to play the competition like in that CAF competition anymore, which is very, very bad for them. Having that even Kaizer Chiefs and Stellenbosch are in CAF Cup. So in this game, the winner will go home with 6.85 million, like you said, and then that is over 600 million now in naira, and over 350 something thousand US dollars. So when you see this money involved, you could see why Richard Bay were fighting tooth and nail as well, because that money will go a very long way for them. And then seeing Pirates, apart from the money as well, to say added plus for them. Then Orlando Pirates too to qualify. So it was a very good game. But my man of the match, although they gave Mbukazi the man of the match, the Pirate defender who is for Bafana, and then recently, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, FIFA just sanctioned him, for the red card he got against Zimbabwe in that match. Yeah,
in the World Cup.
Yes, in the World Cup. And then they fined him about 108,000 rands, which is, a lot of money. But
his club will pay.
Not his club, it's his country. The country will play the SAFA will pay for it.
So,
but yeah, it's not a big deal because the boy is just a young boy, 19, 20 years of age, and he's on top of his game. He just got his debut even this year for Pirates, and already he's doing wonders for Pirates, doing wonders for Bafana. So it's the future. So in that game, he was very outstanding because he made sure that Richard Bay did not score much, did not score them. You understand? So, and that was why I was giving man of the match in that game. But my man of the match really, we go to the Richard Bay defenders. Mabwa, he had about 7 duels won in that game. 31 years old now. He did very, very well in that game because they really played well. Even the left back in Tugwa played very well. In fact, their back line, because if not, the way Pirates overloaded them, Pirates will have scored more goals in that game. We have about Mabuya, they played from the right back too. He did fantastically well. Msineka, the centre back, and that Mabua, they stood their ground, against the likes of Makopa and other good
Evidence
Makopa against all those players. So they really did well in that game, honestly. So kudos to Richard Bay, and that shows the level and the standard of the South African league. Because if a team like Richard Bay could go tooth and nail with
Orlando Pirates
in that semi-final, and don't forget that we have other teams like Stellenbosch who did not get to this stage. We have teams like Kaizer Chiefs who did not get to this stage. Even Mamelodi Sundowns that did not get to this stage. They were knocked out by Marumo, Gallants, Amazulu. So it was a very good game for Richard Bay, and then Orlando Pirates did not just have it easy at all. So very nice game for them.
Mr. Albert, what can you say about that game? Pirates ground out the result by winning by 1-0.
Yes, it's a keenly contested game. I really enjoyed watching such game and the turn up of the fans and all of that. I also believe a team like Richard Bay, that is not particularly in quotes, a team in South Africa that tends to be an heavyweight. You know, I like using that particular adjective heavyweight because you know the South African heavyweight. But they came all out, went in 2-2 against a team like Orlando Pirates. And as a matter of fact, on that game, I noticed many infractions. By infractions, I mean there were so many infringements the referee didn't call on it, about 4 or 5 of it that was supposed to be awarded to the Richard Bay side. Are you getting it better?
I think there was a penalty or something.
A supposed penalty, but I don't know if there is no VAR or a medium for him to. I don't just understand, but I know that for like 4, 5, or 6 of the infringements that was not awarded to the Richard Bay team, they actually merited about 4 of it. But it was a keenly contested game. I saw the Richard Bay team bringing a fight to a team like Orlando Pirates, that is a well-established team in South Africa. And as a matter of fact, I so believe it was a semi-final game. For you to get to a semi-final, semi-final position in every competition, it shows that you really tried, meet up the middle, won a lot of matches before getting to that position. Because after that semi-final, the ultimate is the final. And so to speak, the South African Black Label Carling Cup comes with a very huge amount of money at the end of the day. From all indications, along that the winner of this tournament goes home with about 6.8 million rand, while the runner-up come with about 2.85 million rand as well. That's a good sum of money. So anyone that is competing or competing in this competition need to give his very best, because he know at the end of the day, or the team knows at the very end of the day, if they come first or runner up, they're going to generate a lot of money to their club. But it was a nice game. It was a nice game. Definitely in the knockout stage, one team must go home and one must proceed to the next level. But it was a tough fight. I so believe the Orlando Pirates side never believed it was going. They never foresaw the game coming like that. But because the guys owed them 2-2, give them a run for their money and everything. So it was a nice game, though they lost 1-0. But thumbs up for them for the effort they put in the game.
I would say that it was a keen contested game between Richards Bay and Orlando Pirates. That was a very nice one from Richards Bay. Thumbs up to Orlando Pirates. They won 1-0. Now we are going to look at Golden Arrows that played out a 2-2 draw with Maromo Gallants. I will start with Ichima. What is your take about that game? It was a keen contested game. They played out a 2-2 draw.
I saw the game and I was very impressed with the game, because that 2-2 draw was a very fantastic game. And then watching that game, I saw South African PSL team at its best. I saw teams not just watching Pirates or Kaizer Chiefs or Sundown. So in that game, I realized that even these other teams that we consider to be smaller teams are very, very good. Because while watching the game, I saw the pitch, very good pitch. You know, despite that the stadium was not that, it's not as standard as maybe Sundown Stadium or Pirates Stadium due to the capacity. But in terms of the surface of the play, the surface where they play on, it was very, very good. So I saw the way those guys were moving the ball, you know, passing the ball around. And then, yes, Cisse scored the first goal for Arrows.
The Senegalese.
No, the Ivorian. Yes, okay. He scored the first goal for them. And then from the corner kick, you know, he scrambled the ball in. But what marvels me most was how Maromo Gallant came back into that game. Within a twinkle of an eye, they got 2 goals. Wonderful strike. You know, scoring those 2 goals were very, very fantastic, because from the way they played, you know, then after scoring those 2 goals, they switched off immediately. After switching off, the Arrows came back to the game again, and then equalizing that ball was fantastic, and then dragging that game to extra time was something very very good in terms of, because this is a semi-final game, and then you are competing to go and play
in the finals,
where you earn about 6.85 million rand. So definitely you cannot just lose that like that, and their energy match each other. When I was watching the game, I was very impressed the way the 2 goals from Maromo Gallant. But I feel like the goalkeeper for Arrows, in fact, he did not really do well, because that second goal that was scored against him, he saw the guy coming with the ball, and then he could have just gone back to his post and then or watch his side. At least as a goalkeeper, when they are attacking, you should be checking your shoulder. As you are checking your shoulder, you should know that, okay, this is the post, and look at the ball. The distance from the ball to the post is not that fast, but he was just walking majestically as if there's nothing at stake. And so the player was very, very smart. So that player that was very, very smart, you just have to chip the ball over him, and that was a very fantastic goal. So seeing that kind of play from a PSL team team, and that kind of Marumo Gallant, I was so impressed. So, but unfortunately for Golden Arrow, they have to go out of the tournament. And don't forget that Marumo Gallant was one that they eliminated Sundowns in this tournament. Yes. So you cannot just write them off. Even in the final, it's not easy to do that.
Okay, Albert.
Yeah.
Arrows 2, Gallants 2. But Gallant won in a penalty shootout. What's your take about the game?
Yes, aside the prize money for the ultimate winner, which goes for about 6.85 and runner up 2.85, let me not hinge on that. I actually want to dig deep on the performance of this both team, Marumo Gallant and Golden Arrows. Yeah. They put up a 5-star, what I see as a 5-star performance. 5-star performance in such that there was no rest hour, there was no rest second.
It was all fire
throughout the first blast of the whistle till the second half, till they came in for the extra time and till the end before they went into penalty shootout. It underscores how a team is being built, the capacity at which it is being built, the philosophy at which is surrounded upon, and where they are projecting to be in few years from now. Because I believe the average age in that Marumo Gallant is about 26 years. And the average age in the Arrows is about 28 years or thereabout. But look at the kind of performance they put. And not to even talk much of it, for them to get to the semi-final stage, it shows how much effort they have put in building up the team. I love their performance. I love the way they took the ball to themselves. I love their ball position. And this other guy in the midfield, I'm forgetting that his name, the way they were performing, it shows that not even at club level, they are trying to prove themselves so that they will have a call-up in the Bafana team. And it goes a long way. When you are in a class and you are projecting a higher class, what you have to do is to work hard. That's what I see in these two teams and as well other South African teams that are actually in the PSL. They're always coming out. They always want to ensure that aside the position they are, they want to make sure that I, myself, must be called in the national side. So it goes beyond personal effort. Apart from team spirit, it has to do because you cannot personally be a performer in a team without the effort of other people. So the teams played very well. 2-0. Marumo scored the first two, then Arrows came back and equalized. It was a 2-2 stalemate at the end of the day, but after extra time they went into penalty shootout and the Gallants came out the victorious winner. When it comes to penalty, as football lovers, we hold our heart in our hand because even the best players lose penalties. So, but it was a very, very highly contested game. I love the tempo. I like the energy they brought into the game. And I love the way the fans were following up the minute by minute reactions by the both sides. So it's a lovely one. Thumbs up to South African football and thumbs up to Carling Black Label, because to whom much is given, much is expected. So because of this kind of money they have put, the prize money, who knows, next year the money can be increased. That is why these players are putting their effort, knowing fully well that at the end of the day, they will go back home with something, another sponsorship and sponsorship deals that are involved in it. So it's a nice game. In football, we say the better side won. So good luck to Marumo Gallant at the end of the day.
What amazed me in this game was that when I looked at the stadium capacity, I noticed that the stadium was full to the brim. But unlike the one we're having here in Nigeria, where you see big teams playing and the stadium will be scanty. But then that's another story for another day.
I want to
I still want to ask you if you still have any take for that game.
Yeah, I want to give shout out to Washington Arubi, because our Washington Arubi, the goalkeeper of Marumo Gallant, he was the man of the match for me, because even his composure during the game, he did not just give up. Even when they were losing, when they were down, I saw the way he was shouting, was screaming at the defender, the way he was controlling, and it shows a lot of experience because he's Zimbabwe goalkeeper.
And that's what I want to say. It's not a South African.
Yes, he said it's a very experienced goalkeeper. He played in the Nations Cup 2017 in Gabon for Zimbabwe, so he has a lot of experience. And he brought in that experience. And
he got 2 balls, 2 penalties.
Yes. So even Matlaba, who is a senior player for Golden Arrows, I've known him for years. I think he played for Pirates or so too those days. So I was surprised surprised to see him in that team as well. So Washington Arubi did very, very well in that game. And then although the Golden Arrows goalkeeper messed up, honestly, I was not impressed with his performance. In fact, the way it was big. I love it when goalkeepers are very agile in the post. I love it when
that motivation.
You are seeing the whole game, you are seeing the whole team. You are the one that is in charge. You can control the defense line from the back. You can talk. In fact, in football, you don't just, there are places where your leg cannot mark the game, but your mouth can mark the game there. What do I mean by that? When you are playing as a goalkeeper, as a player on the pitch, there are several ways to play this game. This game is not just when, in fact, the man without the ball on the pitch of play is more dangerous than the man with the ball on the pitch of play, because the man without the ball is the one that the man with the ball is looking for to make the damage, because that man with the ball already, all eyes are on him, but the man without the ball already is hiding somewhere, and it could be the person.
And the man without the ball can also be dangerous too.
That is what I'm saying. I said the man with the ball can be dangerous, but already is less dangerous than the man without the ball, because the man with the ball will definitely look for somebody that is free, that he wants to play that pass to. And then when you see a killer pass, most time it's a player without the ball that always receive those killer passes, because they have already removed their eyes and their attention from those players. So that is why it's always good that when you are playing football on the pitch as an experienced player, that is why you see people, they tell you this man is experienced, this player is not experienced. But why? That experience, when you are playing, you expect your players to be talking, you expect your players to be in charge, to be controlled. You don't just feel as game. Football is 90 minutes. That 90 minutes includes extra time.
Yes.
It includes even 1 second. As long as the referee have not sounded his whistle, you need to be up and doing, because a slip of 1 second in that game can change the total scoreline of that game. And at the end of the day, the referee will just sound the final whistle, and then all your 90 minutes concentration will just be wasted. So the goalkeeper really try. If you are playing in a game like that, you have to be talking and be talking and be talking. You have to be always be making your center back to be aware of the danger of the striker they are leaving behind. Even the man that you think is offside, why the ball is not there, as you are playing, the goalkeeper, if you have an experienced goalkeeper, is one that will always be telling the center back, watch your back, because at the end of the day, when that man want to make run, he might want to come in. You are coming as a center back, you are trying to walk back somehow. Him now, you as a center back, when you are coming, when you are trying to keep offside, you are looking at the ball, you are looking at this man, so your attention will be divided. But the goalkeeper have more liberty to see everything and to be able to call to you, to your awareness. Look at this player is slow. Don't go like this. Don't wait. Don't go there. So I feel that was what that Washington Arubi did for them. And they're coming to the penalty shootout. He brought in that experience and that composure, because when you are playing a game most times and you are up and doing in the penalty, it always
that
shows.
Confidence will be there.
Yes, it always shows most times. So that was why he was able to perform and then catch those penalties. So, but let me not forget something. For Black Label, yes, shout out to them. They are really doing well. Sponsors are coming into South African football, and this has really helped South African football to grow bigger than every other African country, because South Africa is the only country that their prize money is far higher than every other league in Africa. Yeah, because 20 million. It's about over $1.13 million, which no country come close apart from maybe Morocco and Egypt, which have about 500 something thousand $, which is almost half of what South African PSL winner receive. You understand me now? So you can see that it's not small money at all, and that is just by the side. We're not even talking about the 2.3 million that the club collect. We're not even talking about now. Black Label is there, 6.8 million, 85 million. The second received 2.85 million. That's about $156,000. That's about 250 million naira, which is even over the money that MPFL team is giving to the league winner as well. Not even for logistic or this thing. Then not just that. The good thing is that not just people who won the tournament or who are playing the final are going to get money. Even those who even contested, like now the semi-finalists, like the way the Golden Arrows and Richard Bay are going to get about 1.35 million rands
for playing the semi-final.
Which is very good money to have for their development, which is about 118 million naira. Just for playing the semi-final of a Black Label tournament. 180 million, and that's what they are going to get. That is each of them. Now, the team that played the quarterfinals are going to get about 850,000 rands, which is about $46,000, and then about 74 million naira in naira. You can see where they're generating money.
Their money.
You understand? So to sign players from African country will not be that hard for them at all. Around 16 teams are getting about 550,000 rands, which is about $30,000, and then 48 million naira. Just
Huge
team that
sum of
finished in
money.
round 16. So definitely, this is growing. That is why South
Everything,
African
all
PSL
the teams
is
are
the
motivated.
best in Africa, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about the North African football.
teams.
South African PSL for me is the best in Africa. No team, no country has come close up till now.
And that's the handwork of Patrick Mosempe.
Yeah, not only him, to be honest, not only because the
but-
team, the league has been existing and have been doing.
Before
Patrick
he
Mosepe came in, he changed some strategy, he added something
That's
like the
what I'm
Mosepe League. He brought in some sponsor. Patrick Mosepe brought in about $10 million for youth development, not
So
for
that's
the youth development there in South Africa. So he supported them, but there have been a system working already, growing. Not that there's no corruption. When
No,
we
there's
talk about this,
corruption, but
there's
it's
corruption.
minimal.
There's,
It's
the
minimal.
government is not that good as well, but they are far better than many other African countries.
Okay, Albert, do you still have anything to say on the match between Golden Arrows and Marobo Gallants?
No, it's just a nice game. You know, Chima have actually hit on one or two vitals. And you see, it's a wake-up call for every African nations. Looking at it in all football ramifications. If you want to grow your economy, one of the best way to grow your economy is even through sports activities. The England today, the Germany, the France, the Italy, regardless of what they have as natural resources, so to speak, sports have made them more popular. Sport, even in England, sports, especially football, is one of their major source of generating revenue.
Even in Brazil.
Yes, one of the major sources of generating revenue, giving massive employment in all areas of the economy. Yes,
yeah.
It's spreading across everywhere. Even a friend of mine, he did his master's. He's in Southampton. He's one of those stewards, but he always stay in the dressing room. See, a lot of Nigerians, Africans, yes, they are employed through football and all of that. So it's just a wake-up call for other African countries to emulate what is good. Whatever thing that is good that will make you prosper and make your country or whatever thing you are doing see a level of development, emulate it. Don't emulate negative things, emulate it. You can see how the smaller teams, so to speak, in South Africa, they are playing, they are growing, they are competing because of what is in for them. The incentive, the welfare, the infrastructure, the fans coming out to watch. You know, if you are, have you ever played a game in a stadium where the fans were banned before? You see, you'll be hearing yourself.
No,
you'll be hearing the echo of your voices. Coaches will be shouting. Everybody will be hearing. So the fans bring a level of momentum, a level of goosebumps that want to make you show off what you know how to do best when you come into the pitch. Looking at the welfare, looking at the fund, the prize money, everything put together. So it's a lovely game. I love the two semi-final game. It's a wonderful one. Thumbs up once more to the Carling Black Label, the organizers, and every other sponsors that have come to support football in every part of Africa, one way or the other. Even anywhere these sponsors are coming in and political will is trying to bring them down, please keep trying and take African football to be a major competitor in world football.